Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup for July 7th, where we cover the two series in the LCK. There are no LPL games today. That will return tomorrow. If you haven't watched one of these videos before, I take the notes on the games in the instance that you didn't get up at 4 in the morning Eastern Time or whenever to watch them. My power rankings will come out later today. That is relevant because in this series here, we had Damwon Kia versus DRX, 10th and 15th in my power rankings, both 4 and 2. And this played a role in the power rankings. Obviously, this caused some movement. Game 1, DRX would open up with a 2v2 kill. A minute later, Damwon would outplay a bot dive 1-0, and DRX would go mid. So in the first 8 minutes, DRX attempted 3 plays, 2 successful. They take an Infernal, and by 12 minutes, laning phase is over with DRX up 2-1 and 2.5k gold. DRX would then go top lane. At 17 minutes, they would take a Cloud as there's a fight in top lane 1-1. At 19 minutes, get a little closer. At 19 minutes, DRX would go win a fight in bot 4-1. Zika with a triple on Corki. That would put them up 8-3, 5k gold. At 20 minutes, Barrel was 1, 2, and 7 on the Amumu. At 22 minutes, DRX go to Ocean Soul point 1-0. They then will win a fight in the jungle 2-1. Pioshik with a double at 23 minutes. I had thought Juhan was going to play. Yesterday, if you watched my sneak peek, I thought Juhan was going to play, but apparently they signed him, but he has not been with the... he's not in the starting roster yet. That makes sense. I think Pioshik is better than Juhan, but I still think signing Juhan doesn't make much sense for him. At 25 minutes, DRX go 2-0 in mid. Deft with the double. A minute later, DRX wins another fight, 2-1 in the jungle. So 23, 25, and 26 minutes, DRX are able to pull out to an even bigger lead, winning all these smaller skirmishes. They take Ocean Soul at 28 minutes. They take Baron with a 10k lead. At this point, they're up 16-5 in kills. Zika is 5-0 and 6. And they end at 31 minutes 4-0, Deft with the double on Callista. Game 2, Damwon would respond. At 3 minutes, Nuguri would solo kill Kingen in top, Nuguri on a Gwen, Kingen on a Gnar. Damwon would get a 2v2 kill, DRX would take a Hex Tech, DRX would take a trip bot lane at 11 minutes and get a kill. Damwon would match the Hex Tech with an Infernal. At 14 minutes, Damwon go mid. A minute later, DRX would take a Rift Herald, Damwon winning the fight 3-2 after Duck Dom with a double on Lucian. DRX go top lane, and at 18 minutes, so to wrap up the first 18 minutes, laning phase ends with Damwon up 6-4. Duck Dom is 4-0-0 on the Lucian, and gold is tied. So, to recap that 18 minutes, Nuguri solo killed Kingen. DK got a 2v2 kill. The teams would exchange Drakes. DRX would go bot. DK would go mid. DRX took the Rift Herald but lost a fight 3-2. And DRX would go top lane. The game slowed down between 17 and 27 minutes. We had no kills. During that time, Damwon would go to Mountain Soul Point and stack a couple Drakes. At 27 minutes, they win a fight 3-0 for Baron, giving them a 3k lead. That would lead to Soul. At 35 minutes, DRX get a pick, which would lead to an Elder Drake. However, they could not do anything with it. A fight in front of Baron going 1-1 as Damwon tried to backdoor on DRX, forcing DRX to separate, and there being a fight 1-for-1 at the Nexus, which eliminated a lot of the power of that Baron. At 39 minutes, DRX would take a Baron. I don't think that's right. At 39 minutes, I believe probably Damwon took a Baron, giving them a 5k lead, because then Damwon won a fight 5-0, Nuguri with a double to end, final score 15-7. Game 3, at 7 minutes, we had First Blood in the jungle, 3-0. Pioshik with a double. He ends up being MVP on the Poppy. Damwon would get a 2v2 kill. DRX taking an Ocean. Damwon get another 2v2 kill. So, in this series, we had, I believe, Damwon getting 3 2v2 kills and DRX getting 1. The 2v2 matchup being quite chaotic. Sometimes we don't see any 2v2 kills in a series. At 14 minutes, DRX get a kill bot lane, and that ends laning phase with DRX up 4-2. 2.5k gold, and Pioshik is 3-0-1 at 15 minutes. DRX would take a Rift Herald 1-0. Damwon get a kill mid, which would lead to a Mountain. At 22 minutes, Damwon would take an Infernal 1-0. DRX win a fight at 24 minutes 3-0 to take Baron, giving them a 6k lead. At 26 minutes, DRX are up 8-4 in kills. Piotrek is 3-2-4. So he's died a couple times, but he also has participated in getting these kills to get DRX in a position where they could take Baron. They take an Infernal with the Baron at 30 minutes. Damwon forced a reset, getting a kill at their base. At 31 minutes, DRX win a fight 2-1 in mid. Zika with a double. That gave them prio over a second Baron, which they would take 1-0, giving them a 9k lead. They go to Infernal Soul Point with the Baron, and at 35 minutes, they end 4-0. Barrel with a double on Nami. Final score 15-6 of Game 3, as you can see there. Second series, Sandbox versus HLE. I really, they said Game 1 was a chaotic mess, and it was by LCK standards, but it gave me the feel of an LPL game, and I loved it, to be honest with you. I mean, the LPL plays super aggressive, and that's why they do, so well at international events. Or other teams really can't match the aggression that the LPL teams give. So, Game 1, HLE would dive bot lane 2-0 to start us off. There would be then 2 more skirmishes in bot where they would go 1-for-1, and then Sandbox come out ahead at 7 minutes on 1. Between 7 and 19 minutes, we had no kills. In that window, Sandbox would stack a mountain and an ocean, and by 16 minutes, laning phase ended with HLE up 3-2 and 2k gold. In 19 minutes, the kill drought ended when HLE would take a Hextech, Sandbox winning the fight after 2-0. At 21 minutes, we had a very hectic exchange where Dove would solo kill Dudu in bot lane, Dove on a Gwen, Dudu on a Gnar. HLE would still take the Baron despite this, and Sandbox would win the fight after 4-0. Closer with a triple kill on Corki. He ends up being MVP, more so for what he did in Game 3. So after this exchange at Baron, nobody has it anymore because HLE took it, but everybody died. Sandbox are up 9-3. Gold lead now is 2k in their favor, and Cal is 1-1-6 on the Nami. Cal also played a great series. I struggle not making him MVP, to be honest, and more so, like I said, for Game 3. HLE at 23 minutes would take a Hextech Drake, winning a fight 4-2. On Fleek, Dudu, and Prince all with doubles. However, after they took it, Sandbox would win a fight 2-1 to punish HLE. HLE would then go bot lane and get a kill, and at 26 minutes, HLE are in a slight gold lead, but Sandbox have the kill edge 13-9. Closer 4-2-4, On Fleek 3-1-4. Sandbox get a kill mid at 27 minutes. 2 minutes later, HLE win a fight in the river 4-2. Samdi with a triple. This was in front of Baron, so HLE said, fine, we won't take Baron, we'll go take Hextech to go to Hextech Soul Point. However, Krakow would steal that on a Lee Sin, which would use his smite. And then a minute later, HLE would steal the Baron to end. On Fleek stealing the Baron, win the fight afterwards, and then push to end. Final score 16-17 because Sandbox had that kill lead for the entire game. I mean, it was tied before they got to the Nexus, and then Sandbox, I think Closer got a cheeky kill at the end to put them ahead in kills despite the loss. But nevertheless, very sloppy game by both teams, but it was interesting. At least it was fun to watch. I mean, it was entertaining. Game 2, Sandbox were not messing around. At 3 minutes, they dive bot lane and then get a 2v2 kill. 2 minutes later, that would end 2-0 overall. Sandbox would then take an Ocean with all his bot prio. They got a pick. They would outplay a top dive 2-0, Dove with a double on Gangplank at 10 minutes. And this would end laning phase at 11 minutes. Sandbox up 6-0, 4k gold, Krakow 1-0-4 on a Poppy. Sandbox would then take a Cloud, get a kill top. At 17 minutes, they win a fight 5-2 for Infernal Soul Point. Dove, Prince, and On Fleek all with doubles. Sandbox then get a pick, and at 20 minutes, their gold lead's now 9k, so between 11 and 20 minutes, the gold lead has more than doubled. They're up 13-3. Prince is 6-0-5 on a Jinx. 21 minutes, Sandbox win a fight 3-1 for Baron. That puts them up 12.5k gold. They would take the Soul with the Baron. And then at 24 minutes end, 5-1 in mid. Prince with the triple, Dove with the double to end it. Final score 21-5. Game 3, similar to Game 2. I will say HLE did stick with it earlier. HLE would stick with it through the early game. At 3 minutes, Sandbox would go bot and then get a pick. At 6 minutes, there's an exchange of kills in the river, and Sandbox would take a mountain. HLE would respond at 10 minutes, taking a Rift Herald 1 for 1. And then also Doodoo solo killing Dove at 12 minutes. Doodoo on a Gnar, Dove on an Ornn. At 13 minutes, HLE would take a Cloud, and Sandbox would then punish them 3-0 for doing so. Prince with a double. And after that, Sandbox just cruised. 16 minutes laning phase ends with Sandbox up 7-3, 1.5k gold. Cal is 2-0-5 on a TK. So Cal 100% kill participation to get them ahead. 17 minutes, Sandbox win a fight in top 2-0. Croco with a double. They would then take an Infernal at 18 minutes, 2-1. We wouldn't get another fight until LSB went to Infernal Soul Point at 24 minutes, 2-0. Winning that fight 2-0 allowed them to go over to Baron and take that, giving them a 5.5k gold lead. So at 25 minutes, Sandbox are up 14-4. Kale is 2-0-11. And then at 27 minutes, the game ends with Sandbox winning a fight 3-0. Closer with a double on Azir. And you're going to say to yourself, you didn't mention Closer all game 3. Why is he the MVP and not Kale? So, at 13 minutes, I believe it was 13 minutes, he played a key part in the fight with his shuffle. He did it again at other key points at the Soul Drake fights to get Sandbox ahead. His team fighting was excellent on the Azir. I mean, he was setting everything up for the team. I mean, Kale played a great series as well, saving his teammates constantly. He had nearly 100% kill participation throughout this entire Game 3, the most important game. In Game 1, even on the Nami, he played very well despite the struggles. So, in my opinion, it was close between the two of them. I mean, Sandbox continue to cruise, and it is the thing, though, with them. They were showing some stats before the game about how they struggle in the early game, and that was pretty evident, especially in Game 1, and even in Game 3, that they couldn't pull out to a really early lead in gold, despite having kills, not necessarily figuring out how to push their advantages. But they're 5-2, they're ahead of Dom1 in the standings, so comment down below with your opinion on these series. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Stay tuned later today for my power rankings and sneak peek, and thank you for watching.